Hey everybody, Kyle here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Metroid Fusion. In the last part, we started the game, defeated Arachnus, got the Morph Ball, and we got a couple power-ups. I don't remember exactly what all we got. I think, actually, obviously, we would have gotten everything that we have now. So we got 2 energy tanks, and I think 2 missile tanks. So we are doing pretty good in that aspect. So yeah, in this part we're going to go ahead and find a nav room so that we can figure out what we're doing next. So after we defeated Arachnus, we basically made it back to the actual station because we had to take a little bit of a different route. Now the computer is going to tell us what to do. Samus, it says, I fear the breeding environments have been invaded by X-parasites. Sector 1 shows several... God, I skipped it. Oh, and my Wiimote thing, this ain't a Wiimote. My gamepad is about to die, so let me just plug this in real quick. Yeah, this is intrusive stuff with the commentary, but oh well. Get that plugged in there. If I could figure it out. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. I didn't even see what he said, or it said. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Okay, use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. Okay, so basically, you guys could see what it said, but I didn't exactly get to read it. I'm pretty sure the computer just tells you that there's a large aggregation of the X in Sector 1, and they want us to go find out what the heck is going on, so that's our objective. Yes. So, just to mention something real quick, it has been actually like a couple of weeks... Oh crap, there's a cutscene here. I'll get to that in just a second, because this is kind of an important thing. Boom. And out walks Samus, I guess. Samus with no eyes. Or no pupils and irises. I don't exactly know what the plural of iris would be, but anyways. So apparently there is a copycat of Samus, or maybe that is the real Samus and we're just some kind of copy. Yeah, that's something to ponder. All you Metroid fan people, or fan fiction people, or theories, whatever. I don't know what that would classify as. I think it would just classify as like a theory, but maybe we're playing as the copycat, and that actually is the real Samus. Yeesh. Anyways, so let's see what's up. The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It will be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now, listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to their needs. They are already reproducing. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now get moving. Alright, so as the computer just said, we need to clear out these stabilizers, and doing so will hopefully prevent the X from spreading to all the other stations and completely taking over this research station, which probably has already happened, but we're going to try to cut it off where it's at now. So yeah, as I was going to say, it has actually been a couple of weeks since I recorded the first episode of this, and like the reason why there's been such a delay is because, like, I don't know, I've been busy with a lot of school stuff and, you know, just getting more used to being on my own and, you know, being a functional adult, I guess. So I've been having a little bit of a hard time finding the time to be able to actually record a video. So, you know, typically, I'm usually done with studying and everything, and working in class for the day by later in the evening, because I work in the morning, and then I study between that and then when I have class at 6 o'clock. And all of my classes, and this is something that's actually kind of new to me, because when I was an undergrad, I actually like only had morning classes, but now as a grad student, all my classes are in the evening, so it's kind of fucking me up, and I'm trying to get used to that. But yeah, so I have class at 6 every weekday except for Friday, and then the class ends at 9 o'clock. So, wait, which way do I need to go here? I'm talking too much and not focusing enough on the game. I'm pretty sure it's this way. Because we basically circle back around to where I was about to head, so we don't need to go there yet. But yeah, so I've had a little bit of a hard time trying to find the opportunity to record videos and actually make them somewhat decent. So I did record the first, wait. I already recorded the first episode, obviously, because that one is up. But I recorded 2 more videos. This was about roughly a week ago. It was sometime last week. But those videos were shit. Like, I would say those are probably the worst videos I've ever recorded. Like, the worst LP videos I've ever recorded. And it wasn't because of, like, how I was doing in the game, because that was fine. And it wasn't because I like, wasn't saying enough or anything. Like, it was just the commentary was just super dull and, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It just was all over the place. And I don't know, I think the day I chose to record those videos, I was just having like a bad day. Like, I was just really tired and trying to figure out how I was going to get certain things done for school. And yeah, my mind was all over the place, and it was reflected in the commentary. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use those videos. I'm just going to re-record those parts, and that is what I'm doing today. So yeah, and just speaking of like commentary in general, I'm trying to just find my spirit in doing videos again. And you know, I don't want to go into too much detail about that because this is a freaking LP video, not an update video. But just, you know, I'd say in the past couple of months, it's been really hard for me to, you know, actually sit down and record videos because I don't know, it felt for a while like an obligation, but now it's like, I don't know. I've been wanting to do it, which means that there's something there, and I think just the more I do it, and stop trying to be so perfect in my commentary and stuff, I think that's going to help me get back into wanting to do videos as often as I did when I started making videos, or even as often as I did earlier this year, because when this year started out, I was doing fine with like uploads and scheduling and stuff like that. Like, I'd say in January and February, I had like 3 videos out every week, and it was on a consistent schedule. And then when I was doing Jet Set Future Radio, that was doing pretty good. But after that, things kind of took a little bit of a downhill thing. But, you know, I think things are going to be better. It's just, I need to not stress out so much about making videos and just make them when I feel like doing them, I guess. But, yeah. Anyways, so let's go ahead and talk about the game now. I'm sorry you guys had to sit through that rant, but sometimes it happens. Okay, so that was a Chozo statue there. It's kind of an out-of-place thing. And honestly, I think the X was taunting us with that. They're like, hey, remember this thing that gave you power-ups in your last quest? Well, guess what? Here's another one, and it's gonna give you something. But no. God. Okay, let's see what we get from this. Charge beam, charge beam, charge beam, charge beam, charge beam, charge beam, go! Alright. I hope you watch this video, Poltergust, and hope you appreciate that. That was actually a nice little thing you did in your videos, and I found it to be somewhat entertaining, so I thought I'd steal that from you. Yeah. But anyways, so we got the charge beam, And this charge beam looks incredibly different from the one in Super Metroid. And actually, I think this was only the second game in the Metroid series to have the charge beam, so it didn't really have a lot to compare it to, except for the for Super Metroid. But yeah, it like actually makes your beam bigger, and I think in Super Metroid, and don't quote me on this because I don't exactly know with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty sure back then it just made your beam more powerful. It didn't really increase the size or anything, but in this, not only does it make your like just standard beam more powerful, but obviously you got the charge shot, which is powerful, and then it like makes the size of the beam bigger, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so there's not really a whole lot of places we can go to yet in this sector because a lot of it's blocked off by different colored rooms or doors, but there is this room here that you can get to, and there is a secret at the top of this room, but in order to get to it you have to wall jump, or you can just come back here later on when you get the space jump. I don't think that's much of a spoiler, or I mean I guess it is a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't really think that I care that I'm spoiling that, because I'm pretty sure that the few people who actually watch this video have already played this game, and they know that the space jump is in this game, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Let's see, I need to just not sit here and die, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything at the moment, because I want to make sure I get everything that I have on my list here. So, blah, 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 blah. Grapple thingy. Wall jump. Okay, yeah, we are good. We are good to go. We can leave this sector and come back later on. So, one neat little thing about this game is that a lot of the sectors are interconnected, but you don't actually find that out until later in the game. So yeah, like, we won't find out that there's a connection between this station and I think Station 3 until much later in the game. But yeah, so we'll come back here when we have to use those interconnections, and we will get everything else that's in this sector. It just won't happen for a while. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell the computer that we did our job. We stabilized the atmosphere, and now everything should be good. Atmospheric stabilizers online. But many X have already made it to other sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, the tropical habitat, shows abnormalities. I suspect the X entered this sector with the help of our unseen saboteur. He or it may be in Tro now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. Is your objective clear? Yes, it is. Start moving. I'll brief you at the Tro navigation room. Okay, so, I'm going to try to keep these videos a little short just because, you know, I'll talk about this in the next video, but just my internet here is not that great, so upload times are pretty crappy. So yeah, these videos are going to stay between, I'd say 12 and 15 minutes long, as much as I can do that. Let's see, Samus is having some monologue here. As I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned to Adam. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. That was just his way of noting our trust. I wonder if I can trust this computer too. Well, you can trust computers as much as you want, but just remember that they are just man-made technology, and they have their fallacies as well. You know, a computer is only as intelligent as the man or woman or whatever that programmed it. Maybe a little smarter in some instances, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this video off here, and in the next video we will find out what's going on in Sector 2 and see what we can do. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, let me know in a comment below, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.